Hello everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to my Beautiful Nights channel. For this video, I'm going to show you guys how to make a really cool pendant that I made using materials from the brand new Potomac Beads Best Bead Box. So this is the bigger Best Bead Box subscription, and I opened this on a video and I showed you guys what was inside. But anyways, in case you didn't see it, there are 3 instructional booklets in here, and there's 2 projects, and there's a whole bunch of extra beads that came in this box. There's so much stuff in here. Anyways, I told you guys in the video that I would be making 1 or 2 of the projects, and I did end up making these stud earrings, which are awesome. This is the first time I've ever made beaded stud earrings, and these are so cool. I tried them on, and they are incredible. I thought they would look kind of like too big, but they're not. They're perfect. So wow, these were an awesome design, and I do think that they have a video tutorial on these stud earrings if you want to go and check that out on Potomac YouTube channel. Anyways, I was going to do a second project, and I realized, why should I do what's already been done? I should make something different and do a tutorial on it, because if you got the same box, you can make the same thing too. Or you can make something similar, because if you're like me and you're addicted to Potomac's beads, you probably already have a nice stash of Potomac beads. So anyways, in the subscription box, there was this awesome peacock cabochon. It is a 25mm cab, okay, and I made this pendant with it. It's so pretty. I used the DiscDuos, which are made by Potomac, and the IrisDuos. It's really cool. I love it. And I strung it like this with the bail here and the bail here, because whenever I make a pendant, and if I put the bail in the center at the top, this will flip over, okay? But if you make a pendant design like this, where you have the loop on each side, it will never, ever flip over. Unless you have like a super long, like 36-inch, 40-inch necklace, it might flip over, okay? But like this, it really doesn't flip over, okay? So I wanted to make this pendant again, but the other stone, this one here that came in the box, is just a little bit bigger. So this is a 25mm glass cab peacock, and this one is 27. So I realized that all I had to do was just increase my bead counts that goes around the bezel here, and I did, and it worked out perfectly. So for this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to make this one into a pendant, and I'll go over my list of materials with you guys so you know everything you will need. And everything I'm using here is from the box, except for the fireline, my beading needle, and this chain here. And really, you can use whatever chain you want, or you can just make the pendant, put your jump rings on the sides, and then you can string it onto bead stringing wire if you want, with seed beads on it. I've done that. Or you could do cord, whatever you want, really. Alright, now I'm going to go over the list of materials with you guys, and I just want to let you know that I will have a link for the Potomac Beads Best Bead Box down there in the description bar, so you can go and check it out for yourself. But I'm also going to put a link for each item here that I'm using. So if you want to make this exact pendant, you can go to their website and buy just the materials to make the pendant. So yeah, you're going to want to check this out. I'm going to have this all down there below in the description bar, links for everything you will need to make this. And by the way, this pendant here, I use the IrisDuos from the box, but I use the DiscDuos from my own stash, and the 15 OC beads I use from my own stash. For this one here, I am using these IrisDuos from my own stash, but if you want, if you don't have them, you would just use this color here. So this here is a like ancient gold, I think it was what it's called. You would use this color with that one for your pendant if you got the same box, okay? So I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to have links for all the materials down there below the video, or you could just get the box. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to get the same exact box that I used for this project, so I just want to let you guys know that. Okay, so going over the list of materials, you're going to need a size 10 beading needle, and my favorite brand beading needle is Tulip, in case you didn't know that. And you're also going to need fireline. I'm using 5 feet of 8-pound fireline. You're going to need either a 25mm cabochon for the center, or a 27mm PC fancy stone. I'm going to have links for both of these down there below the video. And you're also going to need 24 6mm DiscDuos, 18 7x4mm IrisDuos, 6 4mm PC rounds, 12 3mm PC rounds, 11-0 miyuki seed beads, 15-0 miyuki seed beads in 2 colors. So all of these beads are from the box, except for this one. Like I said, I switched these 2 colors out. And you're also going to need a chain. I'm using rolo chain, but you can also use a cord. Remember I said you have some different options, whatever you want to do really. And this is it. I'm going to have links for everything down there below the video. Let's go ahead and get started. It's going to be a really fun project. I'm going to start by picking up a DiscDuo, and we need to leave an 8-inch tail so we can go back later on and tie knots. So what I'm going to do is just, I'm passing through one hole. I'm going to pass through the opposite hole now. Okay. And then I'm going to pass back down through this hole. Okay. So like this. Pull this down, and then we're going to slide this along and find the 8-inch mark. So this bead is actually like a stopper bead for us, and we're also weaving it into our design. Okay, so there I am at 8 inches. So holding the bead here in place, I'm going to pass back through it again, going through this hole. Okay, and then going back through this hole. Like that. And pull the tail through. And there we go. Pull both ends tight. Alright. It's in the right spot. So now we're going to go ahead and pick up 15-0 seed beads, and I like to just put them out here on my board. For some reason I have a hard time picking them up. I guess it's because of the camera tripod, because when I do it, when I'm just creating and designing, I don't have the camera tripod in front of me, it's easy, but when I'm filming I have to put them here so I can work, because the tripod's directly like 2 inches in front of my nose, believe it or not. Okay, so I have DiscDuo here, and I have to pick up, let's see, I got 5, 6, 7, 8, this is 9, 10, let me make sure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I'm going to pick up a 15-0, a DiscDuo, and I like to alternate the colors because as you can see they are like different shades of this metallic color. Did I just lose a bead? I did. Okay, so DiscDuo, seed bead, DiscDuo, seed bead, DiscDuo, seed bead, DiscDuo, slide them down. I'm going to pick up 12 of these. Alright, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 DiscDuos, and I have a seed bead in between each duo, and I don't have a seed bead here at the start, and I didn't pick one up here, so I have to do that now because I need this to be continuous pattern all the way around. Okay, so see that? I have a seed bead in between each one. Now what I'm going to do is take my needle and I'm going to pass through this DiscDuo right here. Okay, we're making a circle now. Just like this. I am not going to reinforce this because that's what my 8-inch tail is for. When I get done weaving all this up, I'm going to go back to this tail and I'm going to reinforce the top and tie knots. So now I'm going to take my needle, I'm coming out this bead, I'm going to go into the same bead but in the opposite hole, right there. Pass my needle through, and I'm going to, let's see, I'll hold it like this. Alright, I'm going to pick up 2 seed beads, 15-0s. I like this turquoise lined seed bead. I'm going to pass through the next bead. Pick up 2 seed beads. Pass to the next DiscDuo. Two again. Do the next DiscDuo. And I'm going to do this all the way around with my seed beads. And you know what? I'm going to try and leave this down and do this. Okay. And I think I will fast forward through this because it's pretty simple what I'm doing. Alright, I'm picking up my last two 15-0 seed beads, and I'm going to go through this DiscDuo, and then I'm going to go through the next 15-0s, just like that. Okay, so now we're going to do the edge of the beading. This part here is where you can increase and decrease your bead count so that you can have the 27mm stone or the 25mm cab. So here is a picture that I took with my cell phone. Whenever I design jewelry, this is what I do. I have to take pictures throughout my designing work so that I know what works and what doesn't work. So this pendant here is the one I'm working on, and as you can see, I have 3 of this topaz seed bead, 2 turquoise, 3 topaz, 2 turquoise, and it repeats. With this one, what I had to do was 2 here. So I have 3, 2, 3. This one you do 2 seed beads. Well, actually you'll see when I go to pick it up. What I'm trying to say is we're doing 2 different colors for this area here, but I'm going to be picking up 8 seed beads, okay? Going around here, and it's going to look like a sun that we're making at first, okay? But with this one I had to do 6. So I'll go ahead and start doing it so that you better understand what I'm trying to say. Because sometimes I can't explain what I'm trying to say through words. I just have to show you. It's just how I am. Alright. Now I'm going to work with this color here. So I'm going to bring it on over. Alright. I'm going to pick up 3 of these. And then 2 turquoise. And then 3 topaz. Okay, so there's 8 seed beads in total, and this is for the 27mm stone. If you're doing the 25mm cab, then you would be picking up 6 seed beads, and you would do 2. Was it? I did 2 green, 2 blue, 2 green for that one. Okay, that's what I did. Now I'm gonna pass through the 2 seed beads there. Just like that, and I'm going to go all the way around doing this, and it's going to kind of look like a sun or a flower, a sunflower. I didn't realize that till now. See, I have that there. I'm going to do this all the way around. 8 seed beads because we're working with a 27mm stone. And then pass through these 2. Just like that. I'm going to pick up 3 again of this color, 2 of my turquoise, and 3 again of this bead. And you always want to double check and make sure you have the right counts, because I can't tell you how many times I thought I had the right count, and the bead jumped off, or another one jumped on. They have minds of their own. Okay, so this is what I have so far. I'm going to do this one more time with you guys, and then I'll fast forward through me doing it, and you can do it by yourself. It's pretty simple. You're just picking up 8 seed beads for the 27mm stone, or 6 seed beads for the 25mm cab. And they're 15-0s. Okay, there we go. Pass through these 2 here. So keep going doing this until you get all the way around, and I'll show you what to do next. Alright, so I just picked up my last 8 seed beads, which is right here, and I went through these 2. Now I have to step up by passing through the next two 15s, which is what we added at the very beginning. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to go through these two turquoise ones now, like this. Okay, I'm going to lay it like this, and we're going to start picking up the rest of our DiscDuos. So I'm going to pick up one DiscDuo, and I'm going to go through these two 15s here, the turquoise ones. That's why I did the colors like this, so you guys can see what we're doing at this point, because it just makes more sense to do two different colors here, and I think it looks good. So I picked up a DiscDuo, and I'm passing through two 15s, and this is going to sit here just like this. We're going to turn, pick up another bead, go through these two, okay. We're going to do this all the way around. Go through these two. Alright, so this is what I have. I'm going to continue doing this all the way around until I get back to my start, and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so I'm back, and I'm now putting in my last DiscDuo, and as you can see, I didn't keep a tight tension. That's because we will be putting our stone in, and it really wasn't important to keep a tight tension at this point. Okay, so this is what I have so far. It already looks very interesting. Putting in my last bead. I went through those two 15s and through the next DiscDuo. Okay, just like this. Now I'm going to lay this down. Make sure that your tail's coming out the opposite side like that so it doesn't get stuck in there. And then I'm going to put my stone in. Okay. And then we're going to pull this tight. And all of these beads are going to flip up on top. Just like this. Okay, so I'm just checking it. Looks good so far. Pulling it tight. It's gonna be awesome. How do I know this? Because I already made it and took it apart. That's how I know it's gonna be awesome. Okay, now I'm gonna pass through. Let's see, should I go a little further? Maybe I should go further so I have better tension. So I'm gonna pass through some more beads here. So I'm going through two seed beads and a DiscDuo just so this stays tight for us. So when I step up to the next row, I don't have any problems. I'll do this again through two more seed beads and through a DiscDuo. Okay, lay this down, pull this tight. Now I'm going to step up by passing through the same DiscDuo but in the opposite hole. So same bead, opposite hole. Coming through. Before I go through, I'm going to grab my tail like this, or this loop here. Pull this tight and then pull the tail through. Okay, pull that tight, and all of these are going to be flipping over. And now what I have to do is pick up one seed bead at a time and pass through a DiscDuo. And right here, you do not want to pick this up. Okay. One time I was making a bezel like this. I told you guys in the video. And I picked it up and my stone fell out and it broke. And I couldn't film a tutorial using that stone. So I had to use a different one in the video. So I have seed bead going through the next DiscDuo. Okay, I'm going to do this all the way around. And it'll look just like this one with the blue seed beads on the top there. Picking up another seed bead, going through the next DiscDuo. I think I'll zoom in. Yeah. See what I'm doing? A little too close. Just like that. And I'm going to do this all the way around, so I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through me doing this. Okay, I'm picking up my last seed bead, going through the DiscDuo. You know what I did wrong here? I just realized. This is supposed to be the top. And this is supposed to be the bottom, because I come out through the bottom and I work on the edge. So I'm just going to pop the stone out, flip it over, and tighten it back up. Alrighty. Hope you saw that. I just realized that I might have been on a few, but all I did is took the stone out, flipped it over because I'm supposed to be working on this side. Okay, I'm going to pass through a few beads here, and then I'll make a turn and I'll reposition my needle. Pull this tight to go through the seed bead. Did I skip the seed bead? Okay, so I'm just passing through a few beads so that when I pull this, it stays tight. Because sometimes if I just go through the, the first bead that started the ring and I pull it through, it'll loosen back up for me. So going through a few and then pulling it tight is making it stay tight. Okay. There it is. It's pretty just like this, isn't it? And I was just going to leave it like this. I'm like, I don't know. It is cool like this, but I think I should do more. Because more is more. And sometimes less is more. But in this case, more is more. Okay, now what I have to do is reposition my needle and go through the same DiscDuo, but in the opposite hole. Just like this. And now we're ready to do the outer edge. So now I'm just going to work with, for this round, the IrisDuos and 15-0 seed beads. Okay, I'm going to flip this upside down and work on it, the back side. I'm coming out of this DiscDuo. I'll zoom in. Let's see, I'll adjust my camera here. Alright, I'm coming out right there. Now what I'm going to do is pick up 2 seed beads, DiscDuos. Now I'm working on this upside down, so I have to pick my IrisDuos, that's what they're called. I have to pick these up like this, and I really love this IrisDuo bead. It's really cool. Okay, this is what I have. Slide this down. I'm going to skip over these 2 seed beads, the DiscDuo and these 2 seed beads, and I'm going to go through this one here, and I feel restriction, so I'm pulling my needle and passing back through. That means I was twisting my needle around a thread. If you ever pass through a bead that just doesn't feel right, pull it back out, go back through, because what could be happening is you're twisting your threads around each other, and when you do that, it will cause your piece to warp. Picking up 2 seed beads again. Oops. And then I have to pick up my IrisDuos, and I have to pick them up like this. Oh, come on, get on there. 2 seed beads. Like that. Slide them down. Skip over these beads here and go through my next bead. Okay, and I'm going to do this all the way around. 2 seed beads again. Skipping over these beads here. Okay, so I'm going to repeat this all the way around, and I'll come back and show you what to do next. Okay, I just picked up my last thing of beads here. I'm going to go through this DiscDuo, okay, and while I'm at it, I would also like to go through those seed beads, but I don't think I can with the angle I'm at, so I'll just go through this for now. Pull this tight, flip that over so you can see that's what I have now. Going back to the other side, I now have to take my needle and pass through these 2 15s and through the IrisDuo. Going through there, pull this tight. Okay, it's the last time you're going to be able to pull this tight. And then pass the needle through this IrisDuo, but in the same one, but opposite hole. Okay, now we're ready to do our next row. For this row, I'm going to be working with the 6 4mm round beads in, what is this, 12 3mm round beads and 15 seed beads. Okay, I'm going to start by putting the first bead, which would be the 4mm here, and if you look at this, I have these big gaps right here, 6 big gaps. Where the big gaps are at is where the 4mm rounds are going to be going, and in between the IrisDuos, I'm going to do a seed bead, a 3mm, and a seed bead between each IrisDuo. Okay, so I have my 4mm bead here, and I'm going to, you know what, I think I'm going to pick this up and just hold it upside down and work on it. Okay, I have my 4mm bead. I'm going to pass through this IrisDuo because I like to work in this direction. That's why I decided to pick it up, okay? Oops. So there is my 4mm. Now I'm going to pick up a seed bead, a 3mm. Oh, come on, where's the hole at? These are so tiny. Seed bead. I'm going to pass through this IrisDuo now, the next one. Okay, do this again. Seed bead, 3mm, seed bead, through this IrisDuo. Hold the bead between your fingers while you pull through. It really does help when you do that. Okay, so now I have this. I'm going to put a 4mm right here in this big gap. Okay, pull that tight. And then I'm going to do seed bead, 3mm seed bead right here. Pull that tight. Again, seed bead, 3mm seed bead right here. Pull that tight again, and then a 4mm. So pretty simple. I'm just going to be repeating this all the way around. In between, in the big gaps, is where I put the 4mm, and then in between the IrisDuos, I'm doing a seed bead, a 3mm, and a seed bead. I'm going to continue doing this all the way around, and I'm going to fast forward it. Alright, I'm putting in the last bead here, or last beads, and I'm going to go through right here. Now I have to step up, so I'm going to pass through this 4mm and through the IrisDuo, and if I can, through that 15-0 seed bead. Let's see. Okay. Right through there. I'm going to pull this tight. Now I know that this looks wavy and weird right now. That's because we have to do another row, and it will straighten the beads out. You'll see when we go to do it. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Alright, now we're on the outer edge, and I will be having to put my bails on. So I'm right here. I'm going to flip over because I'm going in this direction. I can't pull the string in that direction because I'm right-handed. So I'm going to be working on the back side again. And right where I'm at is coming out of a 15-0 seed bead. So I'm going to pick up 5 15s. There's 4, and here is 5. I have a headache coming on, so hopefully it goes away. Passing through that seed bead there. So I'm surrounding that 3mm. Now I'm going to pick up 3 11-0 seed beads, and I'm going to go through this 15-0 here, just like this. But you know what? Maybe I should put a bail here. I think I will. So to do the bail, I'm going to pick up 2 11s. Okay, slide those down, and then I'm going to pick up 7 15s. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's double check. Yep, that's 7. Okay, slide this down. I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to pass back through this 11-0, but I'm going in this direction so that I make a circle. Okay, I'm making it tight there. I'm going to hold it like this between my fingers and pull this through. Now I have this little circle. This is where my bail is going to be. I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to pass back through all of these beads again, reinforcing the circle. I do this 3 times because this is where the weight of our pendant is going to be held at. So I'm just going back through here, reinforcing, and I have to take the needle and go back through the red seed bead again. And I've already gone through twice, so I think I'm going to go through again, like I said, a 3rd time because it just makes it stronger. I'll flip this over, go back through all of these again. Back through these 3 here. I'm going to go back through the 11-0 seed bead where I started at. Okay, and then I'm going to pick up 11-0 seed bead and I'm going to pass through this 11/0 right here. And pull this tight. And now I have this. Okay. I'm going to pick up 5 11s, or no, these are 15s. The red are 11s. There's 4, 5, and I'm going to skip over this 3mm, and I'm going to go into this 15 here. Pull that tight. There we go. So there's this big gap that's between this IrisDuo and this one. So to fill the gap, I'm going to pick up a 15, an 11, a 15, an 11. I'm going to do like a little stripe pattern here. 15, 11, 15. So I have 4 15s and 3 11s. And I'm going to pass through, skipping over these 3 beads, I'm going to pass through this 15 here. Pull this tight. This is what's going to make these beads lay flatter, is this row. And this is our last row. Okay, so this is a bail here. I'm not going to have a bail here. I need to put one here, and I can't forget that. So going through this area, I have to pick up 5 15s again. Skipping over the 3mm. I'm going to pass through this bead. Okay, I'm going to pick up 3 11s. We're not doing the bail here, that's for the next spot. Okay, just like that. 5 15s again. 4 and 5. Coming out of this seed bead, I'm going to go through this one. Pull it tight. Here's our big open spot again. So I do 15, 11, 15, 11, 15, 11, 15. Just like this. 4 15s and 3 11s. Okay, I'll slide these down. And I'm going to go through this 15 right here, skipping over the 3 beads. Okay, now we are at the spot where we have to add our other bail. Pull this tight. It's looking pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to do 5 15s. I'm going to pass through this seed bead right here, the 15. Then I'm going to pick up 2 seed beads that are 11/0s. This is where I'm going to do the bail. And then 7 15s. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, get double check, count that. Slide these beads down. Take the needle, and I'm going to come back through this 11 here. I'm going to hold it like this between my fingers. Pull this through. Okay. And then take the needle and pass back through all of these beads again. I'm going to reinforce this 3 times, just like I did the other side. Now see, it just got loose on me, so to fix that, I'm going to take my bead awl and put it in this loop. And then I'll stretch it open like this. And then I'll slowly pull my working tail and pull my bead all out, and it tightens the loop up. Alright, So I'm going to continue reinforcing this. This is my second time around I'm going. Put that bead there. Put these 3. And then back through the red again. Don't know what's going on. I can't get through it. Okay, there we go. Back through that again. So now I have to go through one more time. This will be my 3rd time. One more time back through the red. Okay, so I'm done with this bail. I have to finish this by picking up an 11 C bead and passing through my next 15. Pull this tight, and this is what I have. So now you could see bail here, bail here. I'm going to continue on doing this, but I'm not going to be putting any more bails because I only need 2 bails to attach my chain to. Alright. So coming out of that 15, I have to pick up 5. And then I'm going to pass through this one here. Pull that tight. This is where I do my little stripe thing. So that's a 15 and 11, 15, 11, 15, 11, 15, 7 beads. I'll flip this over and then pass through this 15 here. Okay, and I'm going to do this spot here with you guys, and then I'll let you do the rest by yourself. So we're at that 3mm bead again. That means we need 5 15s. Is that 4? 5, okay. I'm going to go through this one here. Now I need 3 11s. Again, we're not making the bail. The bail is only here and here. Now I'm passing through this 15. Okay, and then 5 15s again. Through this one. Okay, this is what I have so far. So I'm going to keep going, doing this beading right here in the outer edge, and when I get over here, I'll show you how to finish the pendant off. Okay, here I am, and I'm putting my last row in. And this part here I think is always the toughest. It's getting back through that first 15 out because it's like really tight right here. Let's see. Okay, I got through at an angle. So I went from the front of the pendant to the back and I got through. Alright, let's see. I've really been manhandling it, so it's like all bent out of its shape. And there we go, it's really pretty. So now I have to tie knots. And I've always show you guys how to tie knots because I always want to make sure that if you're a beginner you can do this. So with this one here, I'm going to stay up here on the top tying knots. I'm going to reinforce this whole circle here, so I'll take the needle off of this one when I get done tying knots with this side, and I'll put the needle onto this thread and I'll tie the knots in between all the beads here. It's pretty easy to do. I do always try and tie the knot in front of the bead that has the bigger hole. So you're going to want to tie knots in front of the DiscDuos, not in front of the 15-ohs, because you can hide the knots better in the DiscDuos than you can the 15-ohs because they're smaller. So anyways, out here on this outer edge, I am right here. I think I'm gonna surpass this area because I had to go through this 3 times. I think I'm gonna go through this 3mm and the 15 that's beside it. Let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna reposition my needle to the outer edge here through this the IrisDuo. I have to go through the 15 that's beside this one. So wiggle my way through there. Okay. And then right here, pull that bead up. Here I can tie a knot if I want to. So I'm going to make sure that I pull this really tight. Then I'm going to take my needle, pass it down through here, come up through this loop of the turquoise seed beads. Okay. I have a little loop here now of thread. I'm going to pass through this loop 2 times and bring this knot down. And then I'm going to pass through the 15-oh or the 3mm and then the next 15-oh. Hide the knot in there. And then I'm going to tie another knot here in front of the IrisDuo, and I'm going to weave through the outer edge of this, tying as many knots as I can until I pretty much run out of thread and I can't go any further. And like I said, when you get done tying knots with this thread, you want to put your needle on this one and tie knots up here on the top, and you'll be all done. And then you just have to put your chain on. And really what I do whenever I put my chain onto a pendant like this, I have a piece of chain right here. Now this is actually already a pre-made necklace, so what I like to do, there's a jump ring right here. I open this jump ring, I connect it to the left side. Okay, so imagine this being on your chest. It's going to be like this in your chest. So I connect this to here, okay? And then I take this and I put it on my chest and I wrap this around the back of my neck, and I look in the mirror and I adjust this up and down to see how high I want it, and then I'll find the spot that I want in the chain. I'll grab my either chain nose pliers if this is not a soldered link, or you have to get a wire cutter. Now this link chain here that I'm using is soldered, so I will have to cut the link in order to open it. And then I put a jump ring on it, I connect it to here, and then I stretch I go like this, okay, it's connected, and I find the center of the chain, and then I cut it open, or open the open link, and then I put my clasp in. That's how I do that. So yeah, I just have to finish tying knots and I'll be all done. Here are my complete pendants, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, I will have links to all of the materials I used, even the best bead box Potomac bead subscription, down there below the video in the description bar, so make sure you check that out. And this is it. Please like this video, leave me a comment, subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, make sure you click the bell button so you get notified when I upload new videos, and check me out on my social media accounts. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. Thanks for watching.